Alright, here we go. That's smooth midnight game dev. Welcome to I Am Games, the most off-brand stream on twitch.tv. Let me know if you can hear me, because I'm on a different computer than normal today. So I'm not on the streaming rigs, I'm not streaming games, we're not in the battle station that we usually do. I'm doing game dev by myself. Hell yeah. The music isn't too loud. I don't usually do game dev streams, so I don't know. Maybe, probably at least an hour. Alright, I can turn down the music, that's easy. I don't even know if I'm going to keep it on. That was kind of just waiting music, but I fucking love this track, so I want to just keep listening to it. Alright, I got my Michelob Ultra. Let's do it. Hopefully you can't hear, like, the obnoxious whirring of my Ultrabook. If you have a son and this son turns out to be games, are you a game dev? No, making children isn't a game, but it can be if you treat it the right way. This is not a Chrono Cross stream, it is a game dev stream. I changed the info, it should have changed. Of course it didn't save, so I gotta change it back. Again. God, I love streaming so much. Let's try this again. Don't know if it worked that time, but hopefully it did. Okay, so we're just working on a Azumi game today for a little bit, because I actually have to get this done. This is also a stress test for my Ultrabook. I'm trying to sell all but one of my laptops, so this is the weaker one. So as long as I can do everything that I need to do on it, then it won't be a problem. Category didn't change, but the title did. What a fucking ass muncher. The category changed on my thing. Whatever. Everything sucks. Anyways, I was working on, the category should just be creative, because there is a creative category on Twitch. Anyways, what I'm doing right now is I got this, like, screen wipe transition. I'm trying to make it a dedicated function, so I can just call that function instead of having to manually code it every time it comes up. It's only like 2 lines, but I'm just trying to learn how to use the function in Construct. So I'm making a function right here called exit wipe, and then I'm making another one called entrance wipe. I can rename this. That will just contain the couple lines of logic. So I can just call these whenever I change scenes. That's supposed to having to manually add it every time. Category is art right now. That's fine, it's close enough. It's not a game. All I have is a crappy webcam on this, and it looks like crap. Anyways. Change this to the enter wipe. Keep it in the same place. That's fine. Call this entrance. I can spell. Alright. Actually, I think I changed the X value on that. Let me check. 0.3. Alright, between enter to property X 800. Yeah, I definitely changed that. There we go. Actually, I don't want it to start there either. I want that to start... I need to get the starting coordinates for these objects so I know where to spawn them. This is 192 by 128. So I'm going to spawn this at 192. There we go. Yeah, I don't know anything about Stream Elements' bot commands yet. They're all added automatically, so you can add custom ones, but I haven't gotten time to sink my teeth into it yet. So I will let you guys know in the Discord once I have all that sorted, but that's just another thing on my huge stack of shit to do. Okay. I want to try something else. I'm gonna disable this for a second. Then I'm gonna add another action. Function. Call function. That's gonna be exit wipe. Done. Then I'm gonna see if I can change this to when the function finishes. I'm assuming I will be able to. Back. Function. On function. Well, I don't want it when it's called. I want it when it's finished. Well, I'll leave it at that for now. Because the tween is still happening in the function, so this should still trigger correctly. Plastic surgeon's going okay. Tom, watch your vitamin D intake. I take multivitamins every day, man. My vitamin D looks good. Yeah, Construct's weird, but it's kind of cool. It's simple. Simple to learn. So I'm going to go into the tutorial area, and I'm going to delete this object, because the function should be creating one of those. So I shouldn't need that anymore. So I'm going to go into the events. I'm going to mute the music for a second, because I don't want it to go over the music we're listening to. Disable that. Disable this. No, not that. Where is it? Oh, I already did disable it. I don't remember disabling that. What? Where is it? Huh. That's not it, though. What the hell? Oh, here it is. Alright, I'm going to disable that. And I don't need this Delete that entirely. Delete. Alright, I'm gonna run this and see if it works. See if my function call works. Basically, I just need it to, I need the screen wipe to still work when it gets to the end of this tunnel. If it does, then the function's working. It is! Sick. Awesome. So that actually works perfectly fine. She does a double jump and also has 2 dashes, so I guess you could technically jump 4 times in the air. So let me save this. Oh god, this computer is dying trying to do this. I don't know if you can hear the fan, like, cranking. And the thing that sucks about this computer is the fan sounds like a buzzsaw. It's super fucking annoying. So I want to change... Where am I? I need to go up here. I don't need this function call anymore because I have the function. What is this plus? Can I run multiple functions? Oh no, parameters, of course. There's not any parameters in that function, so that's fine. Does walking off the platform use up a jump? Yeah, the first jump is to just get you off the ground. So if you're in the air already, because like the first jump is to launch you off the ground, the second jump is to propel you again in the air. So if you fall off the platform, you can't launch yourself off the ground, so you use up the first jump. You can still do the second aerial jump. Funny Money, I'm on a Ultrabook, so it's a brand new Ultrabook. It's not the fan isn't loud because like it's old and caught up with air. The fan is loud because it is a piece of shit fan and it just sounds like shit. I actually have this thing turned down to 80% CPU usage just so the fan isn't constantly cranking and sounding like crap. Like, it's a Dell Inspiron 7370. They actually did a BIOS update to make the fans less noisy, but it's still bad. Well, you know, as much as I hate to say it, my fucking 13-inch MacBook Pro back in the day was whisper quiet all the time. Even when it was on load, like, it just sounded like a normal fan. You know, like my Inspiron 7559, which is a gaming notebook with 2 huge fans, is quieter than this Ultrabook. I guess the MacBook Pro wasn't an Ultrabook. It did, well, it technically was. It used a U-series processor, a 13-inch MacBook Pro. That was a Haswell 4600U. So it uses the same hardware as an Ultrabook. I mean, Apple wouldn't call it an Ultrabook, but that's what it is. What it was, I don't have it anymore. Streaming absolutely makes me less productive because I'm reading the chat and answering questions in addition to working, which is why I don't tend to do it much. But I feel like the loss in productivity is made up with like just like building the community. Community is important, so that's why I want to start streaming more. Oh yeah, no, like the thermal envelope on Ultrabooks is fucking terrible. Which is why I really wish Intel pursued their Y series processors more. Because they were passively cooled and made more sense for Ultrabooks, but, you know. Anyways, I need to get rid of the function, or replace the screen wipe up here with the function call. So I'm gonna add that function again, add another action, function, I'm going to call function, this will be entrance wipe, done. And I won't need tween enter. Let me just make sure down here in the functions I have these. Alright, I want these... I don't want exit wipe to destroy, but I do want... No. I want exit wipe to not destroy, and I want entrance wipe to destroy. So I want destroy and complete, yes. I know, right? Fucking all that marketing shit. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the arena layout. I'm going to delete this. Hopefully I don't need it anymore. Let me test this and make sure it still works. So it should just wipe immediately on loading, because it's calling the function. Oh god, it's going so fucking slow. I don't know if it's just a laptop or if it just fucking crashed. Let's try that again. I might have to switch to my other notebook. Or maybe the function's just not working. I really don't know. Okay, let's take another look. Huh. Oh, because I fucked it up. I want this to be no. I want this to be yes. Done. Try this again. It's just not working. Alright, let me try this. I don't know if I just broke something. Okay. I guess I can try it this way too. Oh god, it's so slow. This thing cannot stream. Alright, it's broken. Great. So I somehow broke the entire intro cutscene by adding that function. I gotta figure out why. Huh. Huh. Looks totally fine. And the functions are identical, other than the things they're moving. Shit. Shit. Why? God, what's my CPU usage at right now? Not a lot, but enough. No? Doesn't work. Guess I can't call the function here. I go back and bring it back, I guess. Alright, let's try it again. Yeah, that works perfectly fine. That makes no fucking sense, dude. Why would that change anything? Throttling it disables turbo boost? Well, I mean, I guess I could change it when it's not on battery. It's not on battery right now. What's going on right now in the game, at least, is that I'm trying to call this function to replace manually doing this code, and it doesn't work. I don't really know why, but it doesn't work. But if I change it back, it does work. So what did I do wrong? Oh, you know, I think I know what I did wrong. Fuck. I said entrance wipe and not enter wipe. I called that, didn't call the right function name. Fucking idiot. That's why it didn't work. And then it froze because it couldn't do anything else. Because the rest of the logic requires that happening. I'm stupid. Oh no, it is entrance wipe. Fuck! So I did do it right, and it's still not working. You son of a bitch. Oh, now my computer froze. Excellent. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end the stream in a second. What the fuck? Entrance wipe. Create object. Yup. Tween it. Oh! There we go. This is why. I didn't change the object. Lol, lol, lol. Alright. Place object. There we go. Alright. Now it should work. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Mike, you're on point. That's been 80% of just making this fucking game. Has been like swearing like a madman, only to figure out after my blood pressure has spiked and I've, you know, popped a few blood vessels. Alright. That's called, let's try it now. So I get for copy pasting lines instead of just typing it again. Okay, looks like it's still not working. Why? See, the problem is I can't even tell what's lag and what's not working, because the thing's just so slow. The next episode of Killing Code should be out tomorrow. Alright, well, it's broken again. Excellent. Tween, enter, finished. Ah, okay. Now I know why. It needs to be called enter instead of entrance. Change the tween name because I made the tween different. Okay. Now let's try it. Still nothing. No. Oh. Now it's because I hit undo so many times that I didn't fucking delete that. Ugh. This is making games, dude. This is what it is. Alright, one more time. There we go. But that is still there. Guess I can move it more. Well, actually, let's change it to destroy yes. Up it to 850, so it actually gets off the screen. There we go. Fucking beautiful. Excellent. Dude, the whole fucking laptop's vibrating from this fan going at like Mach 10. Alright, well it works. I'm just kind of dicking around. I didn't know that the function existed in Construct until today, so now I can actually like use it. I could probably streamline a lot of the code that I've been reusing. But that's for another time. Alright, cool. Can exit and exit. Yeah. Alright. Dude, Spider-Verse was fucking sick. The estimation of being able to complete the book is a bit off. You should be able to complete it in 8 weeks. I think the estimation changes because we end up doubling our output. We go from 5 chapters a week to 10 chapters a week. Because right now we're doing 20 to 30, I think. So... God, I gotta see Task Manager. I need to laugh right now. 83% CPU, 78% memory. Jesus Christ. Oh, now we're down to 45. God. Why are Ultrabooks so sexy but so worthless? I want to hold hands with Spider-Gwen. 15. 15. Be careful. Alright. This is such inefficient code. I bet there's ways to do this better. I could probably have it so that like it creates... Well, no, because each one's at different coordinates, so I probably couldn't use that for loop or something. Oh well. Alright. So the next thing I want to do while I'm here... Oh god, I really might need to switch notebooks. This is like terrifying. Can you hear that? Because it's super fucking loud. I don't know if you guys can actually hear the buzzing. Because it's the worst. Oh, you can hear it. That must be insanely annoying. Do you want me to switch to my other notebook that's not as loud? Because I can. I'll just have to stop for like 5 seconds and just switch computers. Oh. We get some no's. I want to see the suffering. I mean, if it gets really bad, I'll have to switch. Again, I just wanted to stress test this thing, because I was considering keeping this notebook and selling the gaming one. Because I've had this up on eBay for 2 weeks and no one's pulled the trigger on it yet. I don't know if I can really blame them. But, I don't know, I'll just keep going for now, I guess. I have headphones on, so unless I take them off, I can't really hear it. It is set on high performance right now. It should be, at least on battery power. See? Best performance. Unless you mean the power setting, because I think there's just... Yeah, there's only balanced in the Dell one. Can change plan settings. I can change advanced power settings. Go down to processor power management, maximum processor state. Plugged in, I can go at 100. Give me an extra 15% of juice. I don't know how much that'll help. It's an 8th Gen i5, you would think. You'd think hyper-threading wouldn't be that much of a big deal, but it is, man. Gotta get those threads. That seems dumb to have it not be able to turbo boost if you throttle it. But whatever. Alright. Let me see if it actually loads the game faster now. Not really. I play that dumb fucking thing way too much. What I want to do now is I want to have a death menu. So, we're going to state dead. I have it right now to just restart the layout, but I want it to go to a new layout, which is just like a death menu where it's like says continue. There's like a thing of Azumi kind of on the ground or something dying. And you can choose either yes or no. So I'm gonna... Actually, first I need to create a new layout. Add layout. I want to add an event sheet for this layout. I'll call this continue. Right, yeah, because I mean, it's not going to turbo. Because this is CPU turbo up to like 3.6 gigahertz or something. Something like that. I don't remember the exact clock speed, but I know the i5, the 8250, like I think it's 1.6 before it turbos. I think it either turbos up to like 3.6 or 3.8. I think it's the i7 that turbos up to 4. I don't remember all the numbers off the top of my head though. The problem is because it's a fucking ultrabook. Like I'm only gonna get like 10 or 15 minutes of that increased performance. Then it's gonna start throttling down. So. Shit's made to fucking do spreadsheets and not much more. Oh, right. Of course. I just gotta go download more RAM. Dude, how ridiculous is it that Windows 10 uses 4 gigs of RAM idle? God, that's fucking insanity. Alright. So I have this blank layout here. And I got... event sheet, which I'm going to rename continue events. I'll open this up. I don't want this to be that big. This needs to be 480 by 270. And the margins can also be, well, actually I think that's fine. Margins are fine. This might be background. And then top, main. Have they really doubled since the first release of Windows 10? Because I remember like people were singing Windows 10's praises because like I think, at least, it went down from Windows 8.1. That's ridiculous, because, like, since the launch of Windows 10, we have not seen, like, a doubling in, like, consumer RAM sizes. Like, the RAM's gotten faster, sure, we've gotten DDR4 and shit, but, like, when Windows 10 launched, we had, like, 4, 8, and 16 were, like, the main RAM configs you could buy in consumer-facing systems for the most part, and like, you know, 3-4 years later, we're still at 4, 8, and 16. Like, 32 gigs of RAM is not standard anywhere yet. But like, 8 is not enough anymore to do anything more than the basics. You know, I thought I had my dick big out having 16 gigs of RAM in my Inspiron 7559. But man, that's fucking bullshit. Really makes you want to go Linux. Too bad everything's on fucking Windows. I don't feel like dicking around with virtual machines and stuff. I had a desktop last year or 2 years ago with 32 gigs of RAM, but And then I had a desktop I actually just sold that had 48 gigs of RAM. Because I needed the money. It wasn't very fast though. It was an old X5675 workstation. So it sounded nice, but it was 48 gigs of 1066 RAM. Was not very fast. All right, this track's getting a bit old. Let's go. I bet you can really hear the fan right now. I just turned the music off. Listen to that shit. Listen to that shit. Fucking Christ. Yeah? Dude, I had an HP Z800. It had two X5675s. And 48 gigs of RAM. It was pretty cool. It was cool having 24 threads. Too bad they couldn't. I mean, the CPUs were great. The only problem that was weird with it is that, like, you couldn't stream. Or you couldn't, like, screen record. I guess maybe, like, is Streamlabs single-threaded? Because, like, it could not record at over 15 FPS. Dude, this fan is the worst. Yeah, it was just, you know, it was just an HP kit, so I didn't want to fuck with overclocking, because I assumed there probably wasn't much headroom, you know. And of course, it was a custom HP board, so I couldn't throw aftermarket coolers on there. Man, you know, it's gone now. I sold it. Some kid's birthday present from eBay, or Christmas present, I mean. So his dad bought it, and it was good. I made 50 bucks off it. I sold it for 50 bucks more than I bought it for, so... Anyways. Can I change the background color? I can. I don't know if this will come through in game, but I want it to be the black. I'm gonna make 2 sprites. We are going to import them from, I think they're on the desktop. We want yes. And we want no. So right now I'm just making some buttons. These are the same buttons I've been using for everything else. I'm probably gonna copy most of the menu code. I probably could make this the fucking functions as well, but fuck it. Dude, I did too for RAM. I thought that it determined performance. The Z800. Right now I have a RX 580 8 gig card. The problem is I got it off eBay, and it must have been used for mining, because as soon as you start playing games on it, it just flickers constantly. I don't know if I can fix it. I wish I could, because it's a good card. Do I plan on involving more people in the dev process? If you watch one of the last devlogs I did, it's like a community project now. So like people can submit like creature designs or boss ideas, music. Like I'm working with Slamrun and my friend Adar. They're both doing all the music for the game because I can't make music to save my life. So yeah, I mean, it's open. I want to collaborate with people. And like another thing I'm planning on adding is I'm going to have an in-game citation thing. So every time an asset comes up that was developed or designed by somebody else, because like I have a couple enemy designs so far that were designed by my friend Ashley and my friend Carpet Shark. Actually, one from Carpet Shark's not in the game yet. But when they pop up on screen, there's going to be a little credit that pops up that says this character was designed by this person. So everybody's going to have citations and stuff, and they'll be hot linked, and they'll be like in the description and stuff, so people can go look at all these people's artwork. Because like, it's just a lot of work to make a game, obviously. And I think it'd be an interesting community building exercise if people could be more actively involved in it. It could be our game and not just my game. And I could focus on the stuff that I'm good at and not have to stress so much about, oh god, I have to design like 50 monsters. I can have like the community design them and then they can get credited for them and everybody feels like they've contributed. It's part of their thing. So, yeah. Well, okay, Funny Bunny. Here's the thing with that Z800. It came with an NVIDIA Quadro 4000, and it still had the same issue. Because like I waited to upgrade to the AMD because I had to wait for it to come in. But it had a Quadro 4000. And the X5675s don't have integrated GPUs because they're Xeon chips. So there's no iGPU on Xeon chips. They assume you're going to be using a dedicated card. Oh, you're just talking about integrated graphics perform better. I thought you meant there's an issue with the integrated... I read that wrong. My bad. Anyway. Duplicate this frame. I'm going to scale it down to 65. Duplicate this again. Alright, I'm just making a very crappy pseudo spin effect for when the button gets hit with the shuriken. That's how the selection's been working in the game so far. Duplicate this again. Go down to 5. Duplicate this. Oops. Come on. Come on, you bastard. No. This was 35. 35. I'll just keep bringing these back. Yes, I am the best animator. Set to 12 FPS. There we go. Simple. So now you can see it just does yoink. What up, Greg? How you doing? Yeah, I heard that like the new Unreal did some community stuff as well, which is pretty cool. I want this down. Actually, I want my grid. Show grid, snap to grid. Dude, YouTube is so fucked. I've like given up all hope. You know? Alright, I'll make another sprite. Make the no button. Where is it? There we go. And we're just gonna do the same thing with the no button. Come on. This is thrilling to watch, I know. But this is the process. This is making video games. Well, that's why peer-to-peer, decentralized blockchain stuff is exciting. So hopefully we can start building things at scale like that without having a huge financial strain on small startups. One can only hope. Oops. No, that didn't work. Okay, God, this fan is so fucking obnoxious. Cool. Now we get the yes and the no. I'm just going to drag in the selector. Should be able to snap right there. Okay. Sick. Let's save that. Yeah, I mean, there's a big fucking problem with that shit. Mastodon's interesting. If nothing else, the tech it's based on seems very promising. God, listen to that fucking fan. It's just streaming, because I do work on like this all the time without streaming, and it's completely silent. Not a beer. Son of a bitch. Alright, I need a big text box that just says, continue. God, that is unnecessarily big. Give me the text. Oh no. Oh God, it's so slow. Oh, you fucker, every time. Center that. Why is it so big? I don't know why this is so shit. Frustrating. Come on. The text tool on Krita is shit. Like, unequivocally shit. Tom, why do you not pronounce Godot as Godot? Because it's not pronounced Godot, it's pronounced Godot. Because the whole point of calling it Godot is that it's a play off of the play off the play. So the name is like from the play Waiting for Godot. And because the tagline for the engine is the engine you've been waiting for. It's called Godot. I would not have called it Godot if I had not A, known about the play Waiting for Godot beforehand, and B, had read the tagline, and C, watched videos of people saying it Godot. Text creation in Photoshop is fucking great. I don't know why everyone doesn't just copy it full stop. One good thing about Windows 10, the new update, they added a dark theme, and it's about fucking time, let me tell you. Looks so much nicer. No, I don't want it to be OpenEXR, you fuck. I want a PNG like a normal human. That's a PPM. Bing. So we are going to make less bright. I would just use a sprite font, but I don't have a sprite font for this font. Dude, don't even get me started on GIMP's text tool. It is such trash. Alright, cool. Continue. I'm probably gonna have like some picture of Azumi like lying on the ground or something there. But I want to add the logic first. So let me go continue events. Okay, I'm gonna save this first. Really? Both of my computers have it. I had to manually check for the update, but it was there. Not that I'm super stoked about using Windows in general. Of course, Linux turning into a fucking SJW shit show as well, so it's like, we're just fucked. Everything's fucked. Everything's bad. Nothing is good. Where am I going? Yeah, here. Alright, add event. System. On start of layout. Load, add action. Oh, I never named those buttons. It's gonna make it hard to actually, like, use them. Yes. No. Alright, I'm gonna say selector set Y. Set Y to yes.y. Dot. Action. Function. This is what I wanted the function, because now I can just call that entrance wipe. There's enter wipe, right? No, change it to entrance. Fuck! I shouldn't have kept messing with it. Swipe. Let me double check. Just so I don't fuck up. It is entrance wipe. Okay, I did it right. That's all we need to do for startup layout. So let's add another below keyboard, on key pressed, up arrow, done. Selector, set Y to yes.y. This is like such a half-assed menu system. It only really works when I have 2 options, but it's all I've needed so far. Oh god, yeah. I could fork the entire fucking project, but like, the problem with forking is that it just creates so much redundancy and extra work, you know? I'm not against forking, I just kind of wish, like, the problem is just that when you have the ability to fork things, everybody wants to make their own shit, and then you have tons and tons and tons of projects going on, and all the labor is divided among all these projects that work marginally well instead of making one thing that works really well. And that's always a big problem. Like, I'm just talking about this on Market Hatter, you were there. Fucking, you know, you have all these different package managers for Linux, you have all these different windowing environments, you have all these different distributions, and it's confusing for people coming into it, but it also divides up time and effort from a limited pool of developers amongst multiple different projects, you know, and it just makes the end product flexible, but also incredibly daunting and confusing to use because there's so much fucking shit. Like, there's Synaptic's package manager, and Ubuntu has its own package manager, and there's fucking, oh god, I don't even remember what the other ones are called, right? And then there's different, like, fucking terminal environments and terminal commands. There's fucking KDE, and then there's GNOME, and then there's Cinnamon, which is a fork of GNOME 2 that fucking they want to keep using GNOME 2 because GNOME 3 was shit, and then they have GNOME Shell, which works on top of GNOME 3. Then there's XFCE, and, you know, Unity was around for a while, and thank god that's dead. So it's just like, there's so much shit. There's so much shit. And the windowing environments are not as big of a deal as the other things, but when you have, like, package managers, and you have, like, different file extensions, and, like, different just ways of, like, how the base operating system works, and, like, certain packages only work on certain distributions of the OS, it's not ideal. It's not great. Because, like, it's all Linux underneath, but the way that the user interacts with the system is subtly different, and sometimes substantially different, depending on what you're using. And then instead of having this group of developers focusing on making one package manager, one windowing environment, the best it can be, and maybe giving it options to customize it a little bit, but still having the core foundation of it be the same thing, you just fork it into 10 million different things, or just start a new project, because it's all free software at the end of the day anyways. And now you just have a clusterfuck of options, you know? Like, the whole issue with trying to replace Xorg with, like, Wayland and Mir, like, neither of those are making progress, really. AppImage is good. AppImage is a step in the right direction. I don't know a whole ton about it. I just know that AppImage actually fucking... But, like, the whole problem is, like, you shouldn't need AppImage in the first place, right? Like, it's insane that you need to have something like AppImage to come along. Like, you don't need AppImage for Windows, it's just .exe. You don't need AppImage for Mac, it's fucking IMG files. Like, it just is. That's what I mean. That's the downside to open source. And the downside to being able to just fork everything into your own projects and just, like, inject whatever you want into it, is that it creates chaos. You know, like, even right there, Flatpak or AppImage. The fact that there's two programs that serve the same function of trying to simplify app installs on Linux, I couldn't explain it with I couldn't give a better example of the issue. There's two things designed to solve a problem of too many things. That's the biggest reason why I don't use Linux. It's just like, there's so much shit. I'd rather get fucked by one dick instead of like 15. Anyways. Get back on track. No, get out. I'm editing this one on down arrow pressed. set y to no dot y. Alright, let's see if this even works. Let's test it. Alright, forgot to do that. So I dragged a new instance in. I want the bullet disabled on startup. Pass again. Oh. Well, one of the buttons is gone. That's bad. It should be select. Okay. Just realized I have everything except for the background in the wrong layer. Shit. Want that right quick. Why is it just gone? Doesn't make any sense. I haven't even done anything with this yet. Okay. Okay. I don't even know what is happening right now. It's there. It's just invisible. Okay. We're gonna have to figure this out. Why would you do that? And why would that not be visible? Huh. Oh, some reason initially visible is disabled? Okay. Fucking weird. Let's try this again. Alright, the function is of course not working. Probably because the function is not in this event sheet. That would, I wonder if I can make these global. A global function. I don't think I can. I think I'll probably have to put these in every event sheet, which is fine. There might be a way to do it, but I'll look it up later. Paste. Create another group. You gotta make it nice and neat. Alright, I gotta call it something different because I can't have. There's gotta be a way to call groups or functions from another layout for another event sheet. It's gotta be a way. Package manager is convenience because people use just compile all their software. It's not originally designed to copy the Windows exe. Right, but like. We also didn't have mouse and keyboard initially. Like, they're just paradigms that people come to understand, and like, in order to keep your product competitive, you have to like evolve with the user's expectations, right? Like, if you tried to make an OS now that was just keyboard only, like, you'd never go anywhere. You gotta like, I'm not saying like always stick to what people already know, because obviously like there have been huge innovations, but like. There are certain things that just, like, we don't have a better mousetrap for it yet. So, like, keep to convention. Or just iterate with convention. You not copy this code for no, for yes to show. Oh, I already figured that. I fucked that up. Where's a will, there's a way. But all I see here is a Tom. Well, they don't see me because I'm not on camera. So, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Alright, now this should function properly. And it doesn't. Okay. Sure. Hmm. Nope, no dice. Unless it's just so black I'm not noticing it, which I suppose is possible. Slow down time. Time scale 0.1. Oh, that didn't work. I guess it's not happening. Fuck you, fag. Why? This is actually a coding stream. I mean, yeah, I mean, if you can call this coding, it's making a game. Making a video game. Why are these both destroy yes now? Oh god. We just don't know. This one's wrong too, then I would bet. Yep. Save that before I forget. Alright, we are back here. Why? Why isn't this working? Okay, at least select up and down. Yeah, that works fine. What the fuck? Simple as shit, just doesn't work. Now what if I just do this? Manually do it. Still nothing. That's interesting. Huh. Okay. I'm stumped. There's like 6 lines of code. You should be able to fucking see what the problem is. And yet, here we are. Type it wrong? No, because it doesn't matter. I shouldn't need an instance of it in the scene for it to work. If I can try doing that. Maybe because it's a different event sheet? God damn it. It shouldn't matter. It should not matter. Because I'm creating an object, not moving one. Fuck. 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 You fucking asshole. What the fuck? Okay. got me. Fuck. I think I know why. Because I made a main, but not a UI. That's probably why. Actually, it's being quotation marks up here. So used to type in strings, put quotes on all my text, even when I don't need it. So this should work now. Well, yeah. 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 Excellent. Constructive programming language. No. This is it. I think you might be able to do like some little bit of JavaScript stuff here and there. But, no. That's why I'm learning Python, so I can move back to Godot. I did do some coding and stuff in GD scripts before I started using Construct, but I just wanted to get something out the door quick. I kind of like this. It's kind of nice, but I gotta be a real man and do coding again at some point. That's why I'm doing the Killing Code podcast with Munchie. Well, Funny Bunny, the problem is that that's all surface shit. And yeah, I have used Linux before, and it has all that stuff, but the problem is as soon as you have to go any bit deeper, that's when the problems start. You know? And you've always struck me as the kind of person who I used to be, like, 6 or 7 years ago, who, like, enjoyed technology for technology's sake. And, like, I would get lost in shit and just really fucking dig deep and just loved it. But 99% of people aren't like that, and even now, because I'm so busy doing shit, I just need my technology to function and do the thing. I no longer have time to sit here and masturbate to how great it all is. It just has to function. That's the big problem. You know, most people either A, are like me and need their technology to do work, or B, are normies and just want the simplest experience possible. For people like you, who, like, the fun is tinkering with the stuff, like I used to be in college, like, of course, like, the complexity is a challenge, it's exciting, it's fun. Like, the differences of, like, oh, I gotta do this differently, I gotta, like, sit here and think about it, like, that's fun. But, like, now that I'm an old fuck, and, like, I'm trying to get work done, it's like, I don't have time. I don't have time to learn Linux. I don't have time to, like, relearn all these, like, paradigms again. I have a deadline. I gotta get shit done, you know? And, like, it's almost defeatist to say that. But, like, if you're telling me, like, I can either, like, learn Linux or learn Python, one of those is going to help me with my work that makes me my money. The other is just a feather I can put in my proverbial cap. And so eventually one has to give way to the other, and I have to, not even want to, but have to spend my time learning things that provide some sort of tangible return to me and not just make my EP bigger. And the, like, 10% of people out there who are professionals feel that way. Then 89% of people that are just normies, they don't give a fuck about things being cool. They just want it to be easy because they have other things to do. They have Netflix to watch. And then the 1% of people like you who really fucking get into it. The chat kept moving. I really like Game Maker, but that might be personal preference. I tried Game Maker, but I wasn't a huge fan of the UI. That's when I was using Godot, and I really, really love Godot. Its UI, the way it functions, the node system, everything about it's really cool, and I like it a lot. I just didn't know enough about programming to keep pushing with GDScript. I got into like enums and finite state machines and stuff, and I just hit a wall. Whereas like there were so many like fundamental things about programming, like declaring functions and arguments that I didn't understand. I was just copying from tutorials that just compounded on itself to the point where I was like, I don't know enough about this to confidently continue. Because my friend was helping me with a lot of the code, because he's like a programmer, that's what he does. And he eventually just kind of like tell me what to do. And my code got to the point where I was like, I didn't really make this code. Like, I was told what to type and I did it, because like he was designing the finite state machine for me, pretty much. And it just felt like, okay, I'm at the point where I know so little about what I'm doing now that I don't understand what I'm looking at. I'm just following directions. And that was not going to fly for me, because like the gap was only going to widen the further I went down this rabbit hole, and eventually I wouldn't be able to do anything anymore. So it's like, I have to stop and I have to learn the fundamentals of programming before I can jump back into this. It's like, my idea right now is like, I'm building this vertical slice and construct because it's easy and I understand it. But like, if the vertical slice takes off and tons of people dig it and they're clamoring for the finished game, I'm going to work on the finished game. But if it doesn't, I might just put the game on the back burner and start converting everything I've done in Construct into Godot to learn GDScript and Python. Because at that point, I won't have a deadline, because I'm trying to get this done by the end of the year, which is clearly not going to happen. But like by the end of January now. But once that's done, I can go slower again. I can do other things like animation and go back and make 3D models stuff again, and kind of just like take it a little bit easier. And like, the world's my oyster at that point. Oh god, there's so much stuff. When I was your age. God, I know, I'm at that point where I can say that. I'm surprised and delighted that nobody's outright told you that what you're doing here isn't real game development. Game dev seems like a subject that would form the kind of community that you would expect to gatekeep a lot. Some people do, but I don't really give a fuck. There are people in my devlogs who've told me, like, they haven't, like, straight up been, like, what you're doing. There was one person on Twitter who said, don't use construct, it'll teach you bad form, and you'll end up regretting it. But most of the people have just been like, why aren't you using Unity? Why aren't you using Unreal? What made you decide to use this? My answer has always been the same, just because it was quicker to learn, and I wanted to have something functional by November 8th when I turned 30. Because if I didn't have that self-imposed deadline, I would have just kept going with Godot. And I plan on going back to it as soon as this is done. So it's just like, I mean, I don't want to keep paying $100 a year for Construct 3 when I can use Godot for fucking free. So if nothing else, that's going to make me get back on the bandwagon. Anyways, I am just talking and doing nothing right now. So I gotta add another event. Actually, I can probably start copying code. Save myself some time. Go to the menu. This was a dumb way to do it. Let's change it. I had it in the pause menu better. Up here in system, pause. Yeah, that's what I want. Both of these. So it's the exact same. Again, I could probably make this a function and just keep calling the function, but there's only a few lines. It's not a big deal. I mean, the other one was a few lines, but I just wanted to learn how to use the function thing. So I'm stupid. should call this button 4 and 5 to keep the naming convention. Whatever, I already have them set up. Collision with... Yes. Done. I should just make all the buttons a family. Just have this be one thing that... there's so many things I could tighten up this code, but I just, you know... I'll do for the polishing phase later. Right now I'm just trying to get everything to function. It's probably not the right way to do it, but whatever. I probably just highlighted all of this. This object. Yes. This object. No. Add. Insert below. Yes. 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 On finished. In system. Layout. Go to layout. Oh, no, I don't want to do this, actually. I should finish. I want to call that function, because I made the function. Another reason why I made the function. Save me time. Function, call function. Exit wipe. And then insert below. Say exit wipe. And tween. Finished. I think this is what, exit? I think that's what it is. God. Yes. Actually, I had those in the same layout. On exit. Now I go to system. So what I'm doing right now is basically brings up these two buttons and it says continue. It just brings up the screen and then you can select up and down, and this is like a bullet, so it just kind of like flies across like the shurikens do, and when it collides with the button it plays that spin animation. When the spin animation finishes on yes, that means obviously you do want to continue, so it's going to call the function that does the screen wipe animation again. When the screen wipe finishes, it's going to reload this layout, the arena layout, to let you try the game again. That's what that does. It's probably, I mean, it's pretty close to English, so you probably could just follow along just by reading, but just in case. Oh my god, there was stuff going on. I'm missing a lot of stuff. GML is basically C adjacent. John Woo, subscribe with Twitch Prime. Hell fucking yeah, for the 3rd month in a row. What a badass. I don't think I have any of the, let me know if the Stream Elements things are popping up for, like, bits and subscriptions and stuff. Because they automatically worked on the Stream box, but I didn't configure anything on here, so I don't know if they're still working. Let's see. Talking about C# versus Python in here or something? Alright, yeah, I mean... You're right. I'm glad someone agrees with me that the fucking documentation for GDScript is not designed for people who don't know how to code, because I couldn't follow that shit for fuck. After you finish your goal on Azumi, do you plan on messing with the new brush features in Blender? Yeah. No, the grease pencil in 2.8 looks fucking dope as fuck, and I can't wait to dick around with it. It looks fucking badass. I didn't want to use GML just because, first of all, I didn't like the way the engine worked from a little time I spent with it. Same with Unity. They both kind of seemed, because I started with Godot first, and I guess I was a little biased at that point, but they both seemed clunkier UI-wise than Godot. Godot seemed really streamlined and nice compared to them, at least for my personal preference. But also, GML seemed like a dead-end language. GDScript was close enough to Python that I could learn Python and like know Python on top of a not a proprietary, but like derivative language that's, you know, specifically for one application. And then C# just looks scary. I'm not gonna lie. Right, that's exactly what I figured, Tio, that the documentation looked great if you already knew how to code. Because like the purpose of the documentation for Godot is like, this is how GDScript is different than other programming languages. It doesn't teach you how to code. Not really. There were a couple good examples, though. There's a guy, ironically, called Kids Can Code, his YouTube channel, and he did a documentation thing for making your first game called Dodge the Creeps. And that was incredibly easy to follow, and I actually did the whole project in Godot. Because the guy designs the stuff for kids, so like it's super simple and very clear, and I like that guy's work a lot. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, go to Arena. Did that. Now I want to add insert below. Ooh, actually, this isn't gonna work. Fuck. I just realized this isn't gonna work. I have it set up. Because the tween exit will trigger whether you're on yes or no. So it's gonna try and go to both things at the same time. So I need a variable. I need to create a variable. Add global variable. Booleans to the rescue. Lazy programming. Set it to yes. Or continue. I'll continue. I'm sure. I mean, I'm an art guy. I'm not a code guy. I like coding, but I definitely have my limits where I'm like, this is above my pay grade. All right. Initial value true. Where did that go? Up here. What the fuck? What happened? I just made... Usually it shows the global variables above... Okay. I'm gonna assume it's there, I guess. Unless I hit the wrong button. Maybe I hit cancel instead of okay. Try it again. Just to make sure. Boolean, initial value true. Okay, yeah, I fucked it up. I don't know what pointers are, but it sounds scary. Action. Set Boolean. Fuck. Done. Add another condition. Boolean set. Continue. There we go. Now this will work. So I can check against the Boolean. Hopefully it'll work. Invert this. Boolean's not set. We will go instead to boot. No. To menu. Okay. hopefully this works. So if we run it. Oops. Wrong layout. Also wrong layout. Here we go. Alright, so if I go to no, it should take me back to the main menu. Oh, I forgot to change the speed on that. Oh my god. Well, that didn't work. I fucked up somehow. Alright, this needs to be a 12. Oh, it's because I fucked this up. Forgot to add. Set this to false. Let's try that again. No, should take me to the menu this time. Nope. Fuck you. Oh, why? Why are you such a fuck? Huh. Oh, God. God, I forgot a ton of shit. Holy balls. Alright. That's what I get for being slightly buzzed and not 100% paying attention to what I'm doing. Now it should work. Oh my fucking god. Are you kidding me? God damn it. What am I doing wrong? Oh god, you guys are talking about advanced programming shit that I don't fucking understand. With my training pants over here, leave me alone. Okay. Okay. Oh, ho, 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 you're funny. Just giving pointers. Yeah, fucking fuck. What the hell? What am I doing wrong? Also, I need another event for the damage thing. On any finished. Destroy it. What is happening? That one works. Why is the other one not working? What? They're the same thing. Oh, why is this no and not wipe? Oh my god. I'm not usually this bad. I'm usually bad, but I'm not usually this bad. Alright, let's try this one more fucking time. I already tested the first one and that works. Are you serious? Oh, because I forgot to change this again. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. Doing so bad. How? Oh, fuck. So when I did change this, but I changed the wrong field. Damn it. That's why. What are you guys talking about? What the fuck's going on here? Have you ever had one of those days where you spend hours trying to get ads to display on your computer? I could have just gone to work and given you money. By cramped, I mean I feel like text display is too big and there's too much empty space. Wait, which engine are we talking about? Unity or Godot? Oh, I guess you're talking about Godot. I mean, I don't plan... Well, I guess I do plan on making a really complicated game, but right now I don't, so I'm not super worried about that. Ideally, once I get to the 3D Azumi game, I'd like to just have a team working with me, because I could just focus on the writing, the story, and managing the project, and maybe doing some of the artwork. I'd like to have better coders that could do it better than I would, because that's just a huge project. It'll be a full, like, PlayStation 2 game. But, you know. How is this still not working? You fucking bitch. I'm confused beyond all reason. Alright, let's try and figure this out. Where are my variables? Continue. It's true. It's false. It's true. It's false. True, false, true, false, true. So that works. That does not. Does not work. God fucking damn it, dude. Well, I wonder if it's conflict with this shit. So it comes first. No, it's just a fuck. Okay. Do I use flowcharts? I do not use flowcharts. I would love to release this for Dreamcast. That'd be fucking cool as shit. But there's just so much more than I know how to fucking deal with right now. Okay. Yup. 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 I don't understand. I could try making it a sub event instead, but that shouldn't do anything. How can the exact same logic, 4 lines up, work perfectly fine, but this doesn't? What the hell? Oh, it's because I typed the wrong thing again. Oh my god. So stupid. There we go. Oops. Damn. I am not doing good at this. Alright. I don't know why I typed wipe. It's just spin. I think it's because I was thinking about the wipes. Okay, did that. Try that one more time. What was that blinking? Did you notice there was like a little blink? There's a blink there too.
Cast off the shackles of fate. 3, 2, 1, we're go!
Let's see if the menu triggers, I guess. Whoa, what the fuck? It just skipped immediately.
Cast off the shackles of fate. 3, 2, 1.
God damn it, nothing works. That would probably be why, because I did actually add it in here. I just didn't have the fucking layout created yet. Place action. System. Layout. Oops, sorry, I just hit the mic. Go to layout. Oh.
Cast off the shackles of fate. 3, 2, 1, we're go!
Nested prefab sounding a step in the right direction, but definitely doesn't go far enough. Like how to organize objects. Look, I'm sorry. It was an accident. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to kill 26 people's ears. Alright, that is working. Good. There's one more thing I want to do. Another action. Function. Call function. Exit wipe. Because again, I want to have it look nice. Call exit wipe. Then add insert below. Exit wipe. Tween. Unfinished. Exit. Then we go here. Alright, one more time. Is IM Games partner or affiliate? I think we're partner. I don't know though. I'm not the one who logs in and pays attention to the account. That's all Digi. It was his people. Or I mean his account. Dude, my brain's out of it. I can't multitask. But yeah, it's his account because this was initially Digibro versus everybody, so he's the one who's kind of keeping tabs on everything. Yeah, alright, that does work. That blinking's gonna piss me the fuck off, though. I wonder if it's because those objects are spawning first in the center and then moving. Go to continue. Do know my words. Let's see if it still blinks with this, like, in existence. It doesn't. That's why. That's a weird thing I don't like about Construct. Is sometimes, like, even though it's creating objects, if it doesn't have a reference in the layout, it, like, first spawns it in the center, then destroys it, so it has a reference point. It's stupid. It's not a huge deal to have that, but, like, if I already have it existing in the scene, why bother have the function called to create the object if it already exists? I just need to move it. Whatever. At least I don't have blinking anymore. Anyways, there we go. That's set up. I'm still gonna add a graphic to it, because right now it looks bare and boring. But, it works. I'm just playing my fucking video game! Cool. Let's save. Yeah, dude, crash if you need to. I'm probably gonna be done in like 10 minutes anyway. Thanks, man. If you guys need to crash, do it up. I probably should too. Ugh. Alright. Actually, I think I might just end it here. This would make sense, as opposed to like getting started on something else. So, thanks for coming out to this. I think this is the second game dev stream we've ever done on IM Games, and the first one that was done not because Digi and everybody was asleep from the night before. So, appreciate everybody taking the time. I hope you enjoyed it. Be the games you want to see. And talk to you guys on Tuesday for the next stream. Or hit me up in the Discord whenever. Because unlike somebody we won't mention, I actually check the damn thing. Peace.